Let's go! Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. First of all, sorry for the delay. It's my first time that I'm going to, or I needed to host all of the technical setup stuff on my side. And yeah, it seems like, as always, the issue in the error is like in front of the screen and not inside the tool. So sorry for this, but shout out to my beloved friend Tom, who fixed the issue together with me. Yeah, so shiny people, welcome to the second episode of Meet the Team. And yeah, today we have a special guest, but to start into the day, I have a sad message. I have sad news because, like you may see, there's one person missing, and that person is Ronnie. Why is Ronnie missing? Ronnie has an ear infection. I think it's the aftermath of all the trash talking from the last stream, so he needs to recover a bit. And yeah, that's the reason why he skips today's stream. But I have a guest, an awesome colleague, an awesome guy. I told you, Kev, that I'm going to be charming today, so we invited our lead designer Kevin to the stream today, and yeah, he's telling you a bit about what he does at Shiny, and yeah, we like always trash talking about a lot of things, especially things we love, which is games. And yeah, just to give you like a brief overview what's going to happen today. So first of all, hello everyone. And yeah, here's the kind reminder, and I think it's a pinned message on top of the chat. If you want to race with us later in the stream, please download the tech demo that you can compete against Kevin. You can compete against me. And also think about who do we want to stream after, not to stream, to rate after our stream. So if you have any suggestions, put them into the chat. Would be awesome. Yeah, and like I said, Ronnie can join today, and I would say back in the days we wrote like get well soon cards, but I recommend that you may all put like a get well soon into the chat. Would be lovely. Maybe you can recover a bit quicker. But yeah, what about today? So first of all, a quick tech check because it's the first time I have set up everything by my own with the help of Ronnie. So he provided me all of his configurations. But if you have any sound issues with me or with Kem when he may has a chance to talk or anything else, give me a ping in the chat. Yeah, what happens today? So meet the team today is all about Kevin. He's going to introduce himself. He's going to talk a bit about his background, favorite games, main inspirations, his journey into the games industry, everything about him. But I also prepared some hot seat questions with means, like you have seen the last time with Ronnie. There are some tricky and cool questions that just that we can have like yeah, more information about the background in a very funny way. Then some Shiny and Tidal Rush updates. We're also going to have a lot of gameplay and fun sessions together. And at the end, like always, the wrap up and the rate of another streamer. But enough from my side. I would say, first of all, hi, Kevin. How are you?
Hi, Rosie. Thank you for having me on stream today. I'm very well, thank you. You said at the top of the stream that you were going to be extra charming today. I don't think it's possible for you to be more charming. You are quite a charming guy. And the second thing that I'd like to say is, well, Ronnie says that he's ill, but I mean, I've got another idea. You know, the last time you guys had Vin on stream, the VFX artist, we all know Vin's not the best at playing Tidal Rush, and we know that Ronnie was here. You guys were just pushing Vin around. I think it might be too much of a handy coincidence that Ronnie happens to be on the same day that I'm here at Tidal Rush. So I think we both know what's really going on. But despite that,
I think
I
he's
wish
going
I
to
wish
avoid.
Ronnie to get soon anyway.
I think he's going to avoid the competition with you, right? He do not want to be embarrassed live on
He's running
stream. I think
scared.
that's the
He's
issue.
running scared, and we both know it. We both know it.
Yeah, he already wrote sitting in a shame corner avoiding the challenge. Yeah, guy, that's the thing. So
At least
uh,
he's honest. At least he's honest.
yeah, that's awesome. That's a big plus. So yeah, awesome to have you here. Like I said, also very nice to hear that you like my charming mood I have today, and I have every day, especially when it belongs to you. But can you may introduce a bit yourself? So maybe starting like, actually, who are you? What are you doing at Shiny? Where do you come from? Just tell the people some stuff, and then I'm going to slide in between sometimes and ask you some tricky questions.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a game designer. I've been working in the games industry for a really long time. Even though I might like to pretend otherwise, I am quite old now, so I've been around for a while. I've been working in games for 27 years. And I've been working with you guys. I've been lucky enough to work with you guys at Shiny for nearly a year now. You know, time
It's
flies when you're having
crazy.
fun.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It really is crazy. Yeah, it's going to be a year next month.
Fun fact, guys, in the chat, Kev starts with a ponytail, very long hair when he starts at Shiny, and now he's balded. Yeah,
Can
that's
you believe it?
very stressful.
Can you believe it? Yeah, so yeah, I'm the designer on Tidal Rush. A lot of that is like working with the rest of the team, trying to make the game play as well as it can, balancing the game, designing the tracks, working across various disciplines. So sometimes working with programmers, sometimes working with the artists, sometimes working with Ronnie and Rosie. But yeah, lots of different things, lots of things to do. Um, yeah, my head has mostly been in track design, as you know, Rosie, for the past
Yeah.
couple of months. But now moving on to a few other things.
And I think it's always not hard, but like I said, sometimes you also work together with Ronnie and me, and I think or I'm very thankful that you are still not going crazy after all our brain farts that we shared on a daily basis with you. Like, what do you think about A? What do you think about B? Can we put this into the game? What do you think? How long could it take to actually think about? I don't know, but maybe you can tell a bit about your journey. So, how does it turn out, or how do you turn? Sorry for my wording. How did you actually become a game designer? Was there like a God-given moment, like you woke up and like I need to become a game designer? Or was it done by a game, or do you make any internship? How actually did you ended up in the games industry?
Um, So I mean, yeah, I suppose it depends how far back you want me to go, really. I I worked most of my career, as you know, at a place called Team 17, which is most famous for the Worm series of games. More recently, games like Overcooked and The Escapists. And that was my first job in the games industry. When I first joined Team 17, I joined as a playtester. So I worked in QA. Back when I started in the games industry, which was a really long time ago now, it's like 1998. This is around the time in games where like game design is actually just starting to first become a role. So there weren't really courses that you could go on to learn game design. Um, you know, you couldn't go to university and study it. You couldn't go to college and study it. And so the way to get into games for like a lot of entry level jobs, if you weren't working in sound, or if you weren't working as a programmer, or if you weren't an artist, a lot of people started in games as QA playtesters. Team 17 at the time had like a fledgling design department. So I worked as a playtester testing Team 17's games for about 2 years before a role came up in the design department. The design department at the time was only like 2 or 3 guys,
Really?
so very, very small. It was quite a new thing for Team 17. I had a background, I did a bit of computer science, I studied computer science. I never really saw myself as a programmer, but I always worked with computers growing up. I was always quite nerdy about computers growing up. But I wanted to work in games, and I was lucky enough that like Team 17 were like our local game studio. And yeah, I was able to get in that way and work my way up through the business. So I started in QA, and yeah, I was there for a long time. I was there for 25 years, if you can believe it, a
It's
really long
crazy.
time. It
You
is
also,
crazy. I remember. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
yeah, oh, so polite. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that you're actually one of our dinosaurs in the team. How
Which
dare
one is
you?
that?
Can tell
The,
me that. Sorry, but
the dinosaurs in Tidal Rush are things that you want to avoid. Actually, they're hazards. I don't think I am one of the dinosaurs. I think you actually like working with me. I don't think you want to
yeah,
avoid me. I think
I
you actually
really
want me
appreciate and like to work with you because it's always funny when you're checking in with Kev. It's like 10-minute business talks about, okay, what is on the roadmap currently? What actually can we do doing time wise? Because we always have like hard deadlines. And Ronnie mentioned at the other stream. So the last focus was, okay, we want to attend to the Steam Next Fest, and there's like hard deadline what we all actually want to have in the game. But on the other hand, after the business talk, we always segue to like building castles in the sand about, okay, what would be cool? What can we do next? And just talking about stuff without any budget in our minds. And that's always cool. Actually, I like it about you that you not blocking any ideas away. You know what I mean? But I think you have a very, very important and hard job, especially due to all those brain farts, which are going to be shared, because you are the gatekeeper mechanical wise. Yeah, so I think you will agree on that. That you do not want to become a feature creep. So I think that the mechanics, they are also going to be in the game in the future. There are not that many, but they are going to be good. No pressure on that side. I think they're going to be good, but
Yeah,
that's
well, no,
I
well,
think a hard task, right?
yeah. I mean, they will be good. They're already good. I mean, we said right at the start that we wanted to start with the fundamentals. It's a
Mm.
racing game, so that's the most important thing. We spent a lot of time working with the programmers, getting the jet skis feeling right, and then they're kind of like the foundations. You want to start with the foundational stuff, and then try and build the rest of the game on top of that. Even when we had the most basic jet ski, the default character, simply designed maps, we know that we were always playing those games on a morning as a team, and really early on we were having fun, and the game just got better and better from there. And the game will continue to get better and better, as you say, as we add more mechanics to it and more nuance to the driving model. Yeah, and what you said about brain farts, they're not brain farts, they're ideas. You know, good ideas can come from anywhere.
Inspiration, yeah.
Um, yeah, and the thing about like the designer like acting like the gatekeeper, you know, you never want to be the guy who's like saying no to things, you know, like that can be
Usually
frustrating.
Ronnie is the gatekeeper. Usually Ronnie is the gatekeeper deadline wise. I'm the
Yeah,
gatekeeper
that's it.
budget
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
But usually Ronnie's always like, we cannot do this. We cannot do this.
Make
No, no, no,
make the
no.
producer be the bad guy, right? Yeah.
The producer's always the bad. And that's the reason why Ronnie is the gatekeeper. So he's the devil in the team. So, and since he's not here, we can trash talk all the stream about Ronnie. That's so cool. And he cannot do
It's the
anything
only
about
reason
it.
I'm here. The only reason I'm here.
Okay, so Kevin, actually, what's your favorite game of all time?
Ooh, I don't know if I've got any one favorite game of all time. I think I've got like games that are like super memorable. Like probably the games that I've played the most in my life would be like games like maybe Super Smash Brothers, maybe like some versions of Mario Kart when we lived in like student accommodation. We'd all sit around the TV and play it together all the time, those kinds of things. But even though those are great games, I wouldn't say that they were my favorite games. I think my favorite games, it comes down, maybe it's the same for you, it comes down to the things that like live longest in the memory. You know, the games
Yeah.
that every now and again you'll come back to and think about. And probably the game that I thought about the most after playing it was Shadow of the Colossus. Did you ever play that one?
Yeah, that's crazy.
PlayStation
I
2
like I
game,
like
yeah.
the twist at the end, which is very mean.
It,
We
I
would
just
not
thought it
we
was
would not
awful.
want to tell it because maybe someone in the chat wants to play it, but it's a crazy
No
game. It's like
spoilers.
very
No
it's like an
spoilers.
art game.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. It's a beautiful game. I remember playing it with a friend who I was living with at the time. We played it all in one weekend, and it felt like playing a dream. It was like nothing else that I'd ever played before. So yeah, that's definitely up there.
Hmm.
Other games: Secret of Monkey Island, Bioshock, one of the Dark Souls, maybe Portal, Thumper. Yeah, they're all up
Portal
there.
was
I think.
so crazy next to all those puzzles what we did back
Yeah,
to the old days where we had LAN parties. So I don't know who actually know LAN parties, but I think most of you guys do. And we're just trying out funny things like, okay, can we have like an endless loop falling down? Portal, you know what I mean? And just falling down, falling down. So doing all those crazy stuff, and it was actually blowing our minds like back in the days. Okay, you can create a portal here and can come out there. That's so crazy. But I need to mention something. DevLog wrote in the chat, which is quite cool. Only 2 followers left to go affiliate, which means, guys, share the link to that stream. And if you do not are already followed us, do please right now that we can achieve the affiliate status, which goes along actually with those deadlines I mentioned before. So be hyped, hype your friends and families to join us. Would be so awesome. Only 2 left. That's crazy. Next to your favorite games, Kevin. So on a daily basis, I think also the job as a designer is very crazy when it comes along with inspirations. So where do you get your inspiration from? What do you do on a daily basis to be so creative like you do actually be on a daily basis? What do you do?
So in general, I really like to keep an eye. I spend quite a bit of time just looking at what's happening in the Steam charts. You know, every single day I'm looking at, if not the top 20, sometimes maybe the top 100, seeing what games come and go, try and spot patterns and spot trends of new games that are happening. You know, like genres kind of like come and go in games. You know, not so long ago, everything was a looter shooter, and then it felt like every game had some user generated component to it, or every game featured crafting. I'm quite interested in those kinds of things and what makes people tick and play games and what makes games visible. When it comes to Tidal Rush, it's just looking across a wide variety of sources. I mean, almost always racing games, right? Because we are a racing game.
Mhm.
But looking at like the best in class examples of like track design, sometimes looking at real world tracks, and just playing the game a lot and talking to you guys and trying to get a sense of what people like and what's working and what we're enjoying when we're playing the game on a morning.
That sounds cool. So we talked about your journey to the games industry. You actually talked about yourself, talked about your role, but I still have some questions left, which means, and I just recognized that I need to have a very cool soundboard, and I think Ronnie's going to agree on that, where we can actually have some very nice sound VFX sound effects in it. Because now, drum roll, what's going to happen? The hot seat. I just want you not think about the questions. I just want to have an honest answer very quickly. And also, dear chat, if you have any questions for Kev, just post them in the chat, and we're going to answer them in between or afterwards. But now the hot seat starts. Are you prepared?
Ooh, as prepared as I can be, I think, with random questions. We'll
Okay,
see.
that's enough. Hot seat. Okay, let's start with the first one. What's the first game that truly made you fall in love with game design?
It's not a very interesting answer, but I just have to say Worms Will Party because it was the first game that I actually got to work as a professional game designer on. Yeah, do you want me to elaborate on that? Is this meant to be a quick fire thing, or do you want me to tell you
Quick
why?
fire. It's a quick fire. Rapid
Okay,
fire.
okay. Worms Will Party then. Sorry, yeah, Worms Will Party.
Okay, awesome. Which game mechanic do you secretly wish you had invented?
The portals in Portal that we were just talking about is so clever, isn't it? It's like it's so clever, such a clever thing, such a great idea.
Okay, the next one. If you could swap lives with a game character for 1 week, who would it be?
um, there's a game called The Tourist. I think it's actually made by a German company.
Okay,
Yeah, I would swap places with the character from The Tourist because then I'd just be on holiday.
it's a better answer. Actually, I expected you're going to say something like Leisure Suite Larry or something like this. But there's one question from DevLog from the chat. So he also says that the question that is dividing society: pineapple off pizza, yes or no? Or a pineapple on the pizza, yes or no?
I'm gonna say no. I'm afraid I'm gonna say
Yeah,
no.
you're a real Italian. That's good. What's your guilty pleasure game that you always come back to?
It's not a video game. It's a board game called Go. I'm really bad at it.
What is it
But
called? What is it called?
Go, Go. You know, Geo Go.
Okay,
It's kind of like similar to something like chess or drafts or Othello. Yeah.
okay, okay. Devlatron just mentioned it's not his questions. It's the one from Ronnie. Okay, Ronnie is the pineapple on pizza guy. Actually, I totally forgot
Right.
to say at the beginning of the stream that we are going to hijack the stream starting now. Now we are going to call it the Kevin and Rosie show.
Tell me
And
right.
Yeah, Ronnie, you may apply to be a guest for
Yeah.
next time, but now the show belongs to us. Thank you,
Yes.
Pineapple on Pizza
Send your
guy.
application and we'll get
Yeah,
back to you. We'll think
yeah,
about it and we'll get back to you.
yeah. Thank you. You can write us a mail or something like that, which we may read someday. Which game frustrated you the most in your entire life?
Easy, like Dark Souls. Dark Souls, it's so impossibly hard, and you realize how so many people bounce off that game, but it's brilliant.
I played Dark Souls for the first time back in the days, and I did not know it. It's like I never heard of like what is. I think Dark Souls actually invented the Souls like naming for Souls like games, and so I was like completely unprepared of the game. I was starting into the game, and actually I expected something like, okay, you can run around, kill those enemies, gain some XP, leveling up, stuff like this.
Yeah.
Then I have my first interaction with one of those knights, and I was like, fuck that. Okay, next time, fuck that again. What the flabbergasting happening here? And I was dying so often. And I'm also put it the game. I never played it again. I was so overwhelmed by
That's the
the
thing, though.
difficulty.
That's the thing. If you push yourself through that difficulty barrier, at one point something clicks, and then everything falls into place, and everything feels good all of a sudden. It's worth it.
Yeah. So I think when you have like when you actually hop over the bar of getting killed that often, it's like the same for. Oh, sorry, it's very embarrassing. Elden Ring. I think the start of Elden Ring is like quite depressing, especially the first night when you go out of the tower and you're like, oh, that's a knight, the big one on the horse. I'm going to fight him. And you die very often. But I think when you have like a certain point in game or reached a certain point in game that you are well prepared, and then you can do those fights and interaction with the enemies. Okay, let's move on. Kev, you talked about brain farts. If you could add one totally crazy, non-realistic feature to Tidal Rush without limits, what would it be?
Ooh.
I like that's the answer. Ooh, that's a good one.
Can we just go with that? We'll write that down. I'll let you type that out. Ooh, how do you even spell that?
I don't know, but it's nice mechanic.
Oh, crikey, what would it be? I don't know, maybe being able to drive the mothership or something like that, being the race director. Oh, I don't know. When it's our game, I need. There's one of those things you can't put me on the spot. I need to think about it. I'd have to get back to you.
Yeah, DevLog just mentioned boost bar, boost bar, boost bar. Just add the fucking boost bar, and then we can make Vin happy again. Where's the boost bar?
Yeah, well, part of my job as well is to keep Vin unhappy, right? Surely, you've got to keep these guys on their toes.
So then let's talk about tentacles. Is it tentacles? I don't know, about octopus in the games. Again.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Vin.
Or I don't know. I think Phil also mentioned like a spider riding in centipede or something like this in the game, that you have like many arms, many legs, many moving objects would be awesome. But let's.
Yeah.
I think that's the answer.
Like the film Human Centipede, but everybody controls a segment of the centipede. Yeah, is that what he's getting at?
Oh, that's good. Charles Bronson just mentioned that he played the first 20 minutes of Last of Us 1 back then. Needed to do a break. Yeah, I think the first 20 minutes of Last of Us, and I assume that you mean like the intro cutscene where you're going with your daughter to the shelter. Intro. It's so heartbreaking. It's so uncomfortable. I am sorry for my pronunciation or when I pronounce words in the wrong way. What is it called? Uncomfortable?
Yeah, uncomfortable. Right? Yeah, you're right. You've got it.
It's such an hard situation, but I like when video games doing such things. You know what I mean? Then actually, it's then you are more attached to the story. It's the same like Red Dead Redemption did, Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. I like actually very good storytelling. But outside of games, Kev, if you had to choose another creative discipline like music, film, sculpture, pottery, whatsoever, what would it be?
It'd probably be film. Well, it'd be any of those, actually. I'd be quite happy with any of those. My partner, she's quite musical, and our house is full of instruments. She can play them all really well, and I can play them all really badly. So I'd like to be more musical, but I don't have the discipline for it. So I think it'd probably be film.
And what behind the camera? Do we going to write screenplay, or what is it called? I don't know. What would be your job in the films industry? What do you think?
Well, I know. Obviously, this is all hypothetical, and we're daydreaming. But I'd like to be like one of those like writer director chaps that you get a lot of. I think I'd probably be more into the writing. I've done a little bit of narrative design before, and I thought that was really good fun.
So
But yeah,
I'm going to call you Kevin Tarantino right now, right?
can we go better than that? Can we say like Scorsese or somebody? Can we actually
Oh,
pick
okay, Kevin
much better
Scorsese. That's a good
director?
one. Pure cinema. Hands up. Okay, another thing, because you're Kevin, and I need to know on X Twitter, it says you're the owner of many similarly patterned shirts. Do you actually have a favorite shirt you always wear?
No, well, no, I don't. I'm not. As you can probably tell, I'm not super fashion conscious. And there's this. You might have heard this before. There's like a running sort of like games industry joke. I think it applies to developers, but probably most often game designers, that they always wear checked shirts. And so that's kind of like what that was a nod to. Yeah, I own. I don't own that many check shirts actually. I think I probably own two. You probably see me wearing them a few times. You're
If you,
wearing one now. You're wearing one now. Actually, you completely got like
oh,
the
that's a
game developer.
jacket. That's a jacket.
Yeah, you say that, but I don't know that for a fact, do I?
If you could design for any other genre one day, which would it be? What kind of genre do you like to do game design for?
um, I think that some of the most fun that you can have as a game designer is just doing puzzle design. If like the game's kind of like there and it's mature and you're just given the toys to like build puzzles and build content for, it'd probably be puzzle design. I was fortunate enough to work on a Lemmings game once, and
Really?
designing levels for Lemmings is like probably like the most fun that I've ever had as a game designer. It was just ace.
How do you design a Lemmings level? Is it like doing it backwards? Like, okay, that's the aim, and then you're doing it backwards, or how do you design such a level?
Um, crikey, yeah. How do you design it? Well, I mean, tools wise, everything was just in Photoshop, so you just like block out levels, and then you would play the game to death, and you would try and look for little wrinkles, like things that nobody else had spotted before in the way that the lemmings interact with the landscape. And as soon as you can find some weird little edge case like that, then you can design a puzzle around it. So, yeah, just conceptually, really, you have a high level concept of what you try to achieve, and then you try and iterate on it, build a load of stuff, try a load of stuff. You eventually discover something that works, and then you build the level around that.
Okay. I would say the last four questions. Let's do them in rapid fire. So I'm asked, and you're answering right away. What's your favorite power up in Tidal Rush?
The homing missile.
Be honest. Do you ever cheat in Tidal Rush just to set new records?
No, I don't. Dave does. I don't.
What's your favorite movie or TV series of all time?
The Wire.
Oh, that's a good one. Never seen that, but I have to. Tell us
It's
one
good.
fun fact about yourself that nobody at Shiny knows yet, only if you want to share.
I once got called a very, very bad word, an insult, through the medium of a bowling alley automatic score teller.
What?
You know, you've been bowling, right? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you know when you go bowling, there's a screen above you that tells
Yeah.
you whether you got a strike, whether you got a spare, and sometimes it prints words on it as well, yeah?
Yeah.
We got told to go away and called a word beginning with C through the medium
Because you were
of,
that bad? It's that the reason?
because we went every single week, and the guys that worked there thought that they knew us and were friendly with us, and they got drunk and they just decided to insult us through the bowling alley. So, I mean,
Okay.
I don't think that's ever happened to anybody else in the history of mankind, but it happened to me.
Yeah, I think it only happens in UK, but it's okay. So, guys, or Kev especially, thank you that you actually mastered the hot seat questions. So you finally proved you're receiving your badge afterwards, which you can
So did I
maybe
win?
pin to one of your beloved shirts.
I'll do that.
So we are heading to the next part where you can may share some insights about, because actually on Tuesday, if you missed the streaming on Tuesday, you can watch the clip on our Twitch channel right now or afterwards after that stream where Ronnie told you a bit about what happened all the major updates. But I think that the chat wants to know what's going to happen in the future. So what's currently in development design-wise? Can you may share something? Not everything, but something.
Yeah. So right now, I would say we are making the best of the tracks that we have at the moment. So Phil's making good on and prettying up our third track, which is the biggest track that we've made so far. It's quite feature rich. It's a cool concept. Really looking forward to see how that comes together. So that's in the immediate pipeline. I'm working on the characters, so I've been working a bit with Frank, one of our programmers, trying to differentiate the characters, differentiate the jet skis. So, the rabbit character feels a bit different to the cat character, feels different versus the octopus character, that kind of thing. And then beyond that, and I don't know how much you want me to say, but working on the sort of like wave systems, the tidal systems, rapids, things like that. Trying to work a bit more on getting more game mechanics out of the water, differentiate ourselves a little bit more from other racing games, get a bit more of that secret Tidal Rush sauce spread more thickly across the experience. Yeah, loads to do, absolutely loads to do, but looking forward to it. And the game is getting better all the time as we keep working on it and playing it.
I think your head is filled right now with tasks, especially tickets from Ronnie. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do, and for me, it's always like not a pain point or an issue, but if you're going to show people the game and they already love it, but for me, the feeling is always like, but there's more to come. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you have in your mind. I know what Ronnie thinks about the whole team, what we actually want to achieve with the game, and how the game is going to be in like a couple of months. And it's crazy. It's crazy. And I think, guys, there's a lot of cool stuff coming in the next weeks, months, and so ever. So stay tuned. And I just can, or I just needed to say it again. If you want to be updated on a daily basis, just join our Discord channel. Just watch our streams. Check out the Tidal Rush tech demo. Watch us on YouTube. So actually, we want to be available on every social media platform and share some content that you are actually a part of our journey. So like I said in one of our first streams, Kev is the well-experienced guy. They're a good-looking, well-experienced guy in the games industry. Ronnie and I, we are the new ones, the newbies, and we need to learn everything. And yeah, thank you for this. Thank you, Kev, that you share a lot of your thoughts and knowledge. And it's crazy to see what's happening. So stay tuned. If you want to see some guys and a cool team are going to make an awesome game, what we think is an awesome game. And to showcase and prove that it's an awesome game, I would say that we're going to our next section, the next task in the stream, which is called Gameplay and Fun with the Community. So did you, or last chance for you guys to download the tech demo that you can may join us. Kev, I'm kindly ask you to start a tech demo. And I would also say everyone who wants to join us in a very good competition, except Ronnie, you can join us in the lobby.
My Steam is just taking its time to start up, Rosie. I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, okay, no worries, no worries. I also need to do some OBS magic because it's not all software-related stuff. There's still some magic you need to do to have like the game working, and also can show it in the stream. But I'm going to do this right now. And I also want to have some feedback, folks in the chat, if like the sound is too loud or something like this. And if the sound is too loud, then you are too weak. That would be my answer. Okay, now, Kevin, can you say Simsalabim?
Simsalabim.
Awesome! Change the scenery. Okay, so I would say you're the guests. You can host.
Okay. Steam has just started up. Give me a minute. I don't know why I have real gremlins with Steam. Whenever I close Steam and reopen it again, Doesn't like it, but it's coming. It's coming. It's taking its sweet time.
Just need to. That's always tricky, because when you do a stream, and I'm completely overwhelmed and completely underestimate the stuff you need to do while you're streaming. Like you have a window here, you have a window here, you have a window here. You need to check this, and it's crazy. So, okay, I need to click in here that I can choose that winner. Online multiplayer. So while we are waiting for you, games sound very quiet. I think DevLog is getting louder when we're starting, but I can tune it up for you a bit.
I'm here. I'm joining. I'm coming.
Is it a bit better now? I do you started the tech demo, right?
Yeah, are we in daily build?
Not the daily build, the tech demo. Give me the tech demo.
Oh, I was in the tech demo. I couldn't see it again.
Oh no, really? Then I may host, but try again, host the game. If I can't see you, maybe one of the chat members can host the game. Who wants to join us?
Are you hosting, Rosie?
I'm not hosting right now, but I can do now.
I'll try and host, yeah?
Okay, then host again.
Yep. Can you
Okay,
see?
I can see your game.
Cool.
So free for all. Whoever downloaded the demo, please join us. I can see that Chat Dynamics Phil already joined us. While we are waiting, Kev, do we have any good dad joke you can tell us?
Oh, you put me on the spot. You put me on the spot.
Always. That's my job. Sorry.
You're killing me. I'm blanking. Do you have any good dad jokes?
Yes.
Go on, hit me.
What kind of shoes do ninjas wear?
What kind of shoes do ninjas wear?
Here. Sneakers.
Pretty good.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
The ultimate dad joke, that, isn't it?
That's the ultimate dad joke. That's like the final boss. Okay, so we are 5 people in the lobby. Who else wants to join? So I would say let's still wait a couple of seconds before we start the session. And all the viewers out there, today is like the first day you can see like a real pro playing the game, because usually Ronnie is going to share his gameplay, but today is mine. Okay? And like I said, today is like the roast of Ronnie because he's not attending and still needs to recover. Still, get well soon, Ronnie, and we want to have you back. But yeah, that's something you need to actually have today, that you are getting rusted. Dad jokes are the best. Yeah, Phil, can you maybe post a dad joke in the chat? Do you have one? And here's why. Boop! That's a good one. Sorry. Okay, guys. I would say it's starting to race. 5 people. I'm done.
Okay.
Phil, do you also want to start with us? Need to confirm. But maybe he's still typing his dad joke. Now it's going to happen.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
So, why are elevator jokes so good? They work on many levels. Yeah, thank you, Ronnie. Oh!
Oh, I've got items off still. Oh, God,
Yeah,
damn it.
that's a very good challenge.
We'll get the next one. So this is because of yesterday we played a game without items on to do some testing. So yeah, it's defaulted and I forgot to put them back on again.
I think that's peak level of yeah, that's peak skill level here.
It's pure racing now, yeah.
Yeah, that's pure racing now. Actually, was Ronnie in the lobby?
I don't think so.
Still avoiding like the competition with you, right?
I don't blame him. I don't blame. He doesn't want to be embarrassed on stream, does he? Especially when he's not feeling well, you know.
But I think his excuse would be, I have an ear infection, I have fever, or something like this.
Yeah, it'd only be an excuse though, wouldn't it?
Nah, never. And there's Kev, there's Kev, there's Kev. No, sandbanging, no croc layer. Push me to the limit. Oh, or misdrifted. Or that's very hard.
Here we go. I've got you on the ropes. There's no coming back from this now, Rosie.
Ah, it's so hard to actually overcome someone without any items here, because you're a very skilled player. So what do you think? Just guess. How often do you play that track?
Wow. So many times. It must be like, it feels like it must be like 1,000 times or something. It probably isn't that high, but it definitely feels like that. And you know, when you're making the tracks as well, you play like little bits of them. You play them over. I saw what happened.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I was croc blocked and it completely destroys my winning streak.
I saw it. I saw it.
But 1,000 times. So what do you think about the second and third track you're currently working on?
Really happy with both of them. I think now that we've sat with the second track for a little while, you know, it was designed to be sort of like a tutorial track, an introductory track. It's not as kind of like feature rich as this track and the larger track. So I'd like to make a few tweaks to it to have a bit more of an exciting ending to the track. This track's got a really good exciting ending, I think, hasn't it? It's like a hairpin, a downhill section, all the boost boy. I want to try and bring some of that to the second track. Third track, I'm really excited about. I think it's coming together really well. It's a bit grander, it's larger. The high level concept was basically like you climb a mountain and then you descend a mountain really, really quickly. And yeah, trying to like do what we could with the layout to make it as exciting as possible. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing how both of them come together.
Do we want to host a new lobby with this time
Yeah.
with items on? Then I would say that's last race which we are doing a tech demo, because then we can hop onto the daily build and then you can maybe tell us a bit. So we're going to play the third track and maybe you can tell us a bit about the third track. I think it's your first racing game you're working on, right?
So I worked on there was a cancelled little known Worms racing game that was in development for about 18 months to 2 years. And I worked on that. Yeah, designed a few tracks for that. You can still see screenshots of it, I think, out there if you Google hard enough. So yeah, but that never actually got released.
Does it hurt when a game is not released you're working on for such a long time?
It happens. It happens. You know, it happens all the time. Games get cancelled all the time. Plans change. I remember working with a guy. He came over from Finland. He was an artist, really nice guy. He came over. It was his first job in the games industry. He was at Team 17 for about 3 years. And while he was there, every single game that he got worked on got canned. So he like came over to the UK. Was really bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, really looking forward to working on games, and then he went back to Finland at the end of it with really nothing to show for his time. That was pretty hard. I really felt for that guy, but yeah, it just becomes a fact of life.
Like Phil mentioned already in the chat, you get used to it, unfortunately. Yeah. So, but I also like what Tom said, that actually we achieved something that majority of game developers, especially indie developers, are never going to experience. It's like releasing a demo, a tech demo, for example, or being that far. And yeah, that's kind of cool. So we accomplished like our first milestone by releasing the tech demo, which is kind of cool. But like you also said, there is still more to come. And yeah, I also mentioned in one of the last streams that I actually like the improvement track by track, which you can see. So when we started with like Shadowstone Caverns, I think it's a very basic track to learn everything about the game. But then you have like that increased skill curve or learning level for the second one with like very cool shortcuts. You have the chance to be more strategical by placing items. And then the third one, I think it's going to be my most beloved one so far because, like you said, you have like the different kind of sections when you're going up and you're going down, all of the hidden things. I like the shortcuts actually, so I need to master, especially the first one, because it's hard to get, and yeah, it's kind of cool. So what I'm going to see is that another guy is joining us. Let's wait a couple of seconds because I think that there he is. Vin, our guest from the last stream, joins us, and actually compared to Ronnie, he's a real competition. So let's start into the race. I'm ready. If you're ready, confirm, press A, and let's start into the race.
Yeah, it's good that you can see like a progression in the track designs, because what happens there is like we play the game more, we learn more about the game, we figure out what works, what doesn't work, how you can better design sections of the track. You know, before this third track we'd never really designed a track with a great deal of height in it before. So yeah, you learn all the time, and the things that you learn through designing one track you take into the next track, and if you keep doing your job right, and if you keep looking at what people are liking and what's working and what isn't, then hopefully the tracks get better and better and better. And yeah, it's good that you can see that. I hope we can stay on
Totally
that path.
agree. Yeah, you can see clearly, but I like it. That's cool. So that actually also means that now every new track is getting better and better and better. No, no. No, I was not croc blocked, I was wood blocked. It's not better.
Yeah, this is an old boost
Oh,
race.
and I was sandbank right now, so yeah.
Vin loves playing all boost, doesn't he? Should have
Yeah.
gone with Ike. Vin loves all boost. It's almost like we knew he was coming.
There are no jet skis, so Phil, thank you for stealing my boost. Yeah, there are no jet skis actually. There are hydrospeeders. That's completely right.
Oh. I'm having difficulty with Crocs.
And if you are thinking that I'm quite bad at the game, no, I'm just trying to race like Ronnie.
I think my trash talking at the start of the streams come back to bite me as I'm just watching Vin get smaller and smaller in the distance.
But there's Mamutu Phil. I come for you, Mamutu Phil. The cool thing is when you're playing on a daily basis with your team that you actually know the ways they are driving always. For example, for what kind of items do they go? Are they going like on the left side, on the right side, in the middle way?
Vin's got this absolutely locked down when it comes to playing all boosts. He knows exactly where to go and exactly what to do. You give him an inch, they take a mile. Let him in too early.
Oh, Frank! He did it again. He was like drafting behind me, and like of the last meters, he just overcome me. That's not cool. That's not cool.
The silent killer.
Yeah, he actually is a silent killer. So it was cool. I just wanted to show you how you not gonna drive with all boosts. Okay, guys, then I would say thank you. Let's hop into the daily build and let's play Primordial C, and that you can, while we are racing, you can tell us a bit about yeah, about the track design and what you have in mind and something like this. That would be cool.
Yeah,
So
I look forward to it.
we need to have some magic again. So feel free, start the demo. Not the demo, sorry, the daily build.
Are you going to host?
No, you can host. You can host. We are going to join.
Okay, okay.
So can you do Simsalabim, or can you say Simsalabim again?
Simsalabim again.
Thank you. Okay, that's cool.
The lobby is open.
Am I on the right version, Tom? It's 2.9. Or is there other version right out? Out now. What is the current version, Tom? Is it 2.9? Or what kind of version do we have, Kev?
Oh, sorry, I don't know what my version number is. I think I'm on the right version though, because Phil, Vin, and Frank are all in my lobby right now.
Oh, I'm gonna tech demo. I'm so stupid, sorry. I'm so stupid. Need to go back again. Yeah, because I think it was the wrong spell. You said. I think it was the wrong spell.
It's because I was clever and said again, isn't it? I was being too.
Yeah, that's
cheeky.
the point. Can
Sorry,
you?
I need to take this magic thing more seriously, don't I?
Yeah, you need to have. You need to do this more seriously. Okay, now you need to say abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Sounds very Russian, but was okay. Let's hop into it. Yes. It works. Sorry. And there's the lobby. Surprise, surprise.
Okay, is this all of us? Are we all here?
I think so. So it's going to be EO2, right?
That's right. That's right.
Right. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, off we go.
So, while we are driving and racing, you can maybe tell us a bit about the track and your idea behind it and stuff like this.
Sure, sure.
You have seen a
Sure,
crazy cool animation. The bots flying in. Looks awesome.
As you can see here, the camera intro sequences are still on my to-do list. That's still something that we need to do.
I like it.
It's quite abstract, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So we kicked around a load of ideas. We basically have a Miro board that we keep ideas in, and we have ideas for sections of track. We have ideas for full tracks, and sometimes we talk about creature design as well and things like that. We already knew that we were going to be making a track in this biome, which we refer to as the primordial biome. It's kind of like Jurassic. It has dinosaurs in it. It's like ancient times, that kind of planet. And we had this idea of making a track where the high level concept was that you spend some of your time climbing up the mountain, and then once you climb the mountain, you spend the rest of your time descending the mountain. So I don't know where you are on the track now, Rosie, but if you're somewhere where I am, this is the descending part at the end of it. The start of the track is climbing up a couple of big slopes, and there are logs coming down those slopes as well. The log flume idea was one of Phil's ideas. Phil did a few test tracks, experimented with a few things. I thought the log flume worked really well. When I saw that, I really wanted to build a track around it. Coming back to the creature design idea, Phil's really big on dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures and all that kind of design and things like that. And he had the idea that we'd have a creature at the top of the mountain. You can see at the bottom of the mountain, the trees are really thin. There are lots of tree stumps. And the idea is that as you climb the mountain, you see the trees thin out. They get sparser and sparser. Climb the mountain, you see this creature at the top of the mountain that's responsible, like a giant beaver almost, is responsible for chewing the logs, chopping the logs down, and sending them down the river. So those logs that are coming down the river, eventually at some point in time, you'll meet the creature that's responsible for that as well. So there's a nice bit of narrative, climbing a mountain and descending a mountain. When you come out of the ship at the beginning, the first opening straight, the road's angled upwards, so you can kind of see where you're going. You'll be able to see the mountain laid out in front of you. You'll see pterodactyls circling the peak of the mountain at the top. And the idea is that when you climb the mountain, you'll be able to make that connection. You'll see where you're going to at the start of the race, and then you'll eventually meet that point. Hopefully it tells like a little bit of a story as well. There's a little bit of environmental storytelling in there too. And yeah, I think this track's got an awful lot of height. The earlier tracks, there's some height in them, but not as much as this one. This track's a lot more 3D than the other tracks. As we're starting to like get to grips with the game and get to grips more experimental with the track design, we're kind of like pushing what we're doing with the design more and more. So yeah, tons of height on this one. It should hopefully feel a lot more exciting. It's quite feature rich. There are multiple paths. The more that we work on the game, the better we get at designing shortcuts. The shortcuts in this map have a lot of nice sort of like risk and reward, so they're quite difficult to pull off. And if you don't manage to pull them off, you'll fail. But if you do manage to pull them off, you should be able to make up quite a lot of time on your opponents, which I think is a really nice thing, that risk and reward and thinking
Yeah.
about whether you'll go for it or whether you'll leave it. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
And that's so crazy actually, because I have seen the first version of the track, which was very Rainbow Road style, that you
Yeah.
can fall off. But now when you have actually those first walls, you have like those floating trees right now where you can drive through, and also the items in there. And now what you discover is while racing is all of the possibilities, because at the beginning when you're designing a track, I assume that you're not thinking about how players use items in a special or in a certain way. Because what I figured out right now, I'm not going to tell you guys because I will keep that secret for me, that you actually have more shortcuts when you have certain items, which is quite cool. And yeah, I love to see the progress, and it's awesome. But when I look at the time right now, I would say thank you for driving with us. So German, driving with us, driving with us. But I would say let's wrap the stream up, and let's figure out who we want to rate. Maybe DevLog has a recommendation, or someone else. I don't know. Cakes 77. Can you also come up with like a sentence, or like what do we need to post into the chat when we are rate Cakes 77? And Kev, very important. Can you say abracadabra again?
Abracadabra.
Thank you. It was so awesome. Lovely. Lovely. Cool. So, first of all, and very important, it's the, what is the cakes? Is the cakes or is the cake the lie? The cakes, I guess. So, for every one of you in the chat who never rated before another streamer, please copy paste the cake is a lie. And then when we are going to rate Cakes 77, we all posting that kind of message into the stream. For me, it's the first time actually doing such a rate, because usually Ronnie has the duty to monitoring and doing all of those tech stuff. And now I also, for myself, actually experienced how much work it is. So kudos to you, Ronnie, for always doing this. Yeah, what can I say? First of all, thank you, Kevin. It was actually was a pleasure to have you here. It was a lot of fun. Like I said at the beginning, just think about we both meeting up in the bar and having and sharing a beer, just talking about weird stuff, and let's see what happens. Yeah, what happens next, so to say. Next stream with a lot of updates like the weekly show and tell and so on. It's going to happen next Tuesday. On the other hand, guys, please follow us on Twitch, wishlist our game, download the demo, play the demo, check us out on every social media platform. It means the world to us, because what we actually want to have, and especially what Kev wants to have, is a lot of feedback, especially about the tracks, especially about the mechanics, about his new haircut, about his shirts, whatsoever. But Kev wants to have feedback. And at the end again, thank Kevin. Then my notes say thank Kevin, say goodbye, okay, and pick up last questions. Are there any questions left? No questions. So I would say The cake is a lie. I'm going to copy paste this. Then please help me. Tom, I'm going to... What I need to do right now? I need to do rate and then put the name right behind. Is that right? Or can you may post what I need to just trying to follow? Sure. Yes. Okay. So rate. Okay. Rate channel. Then I need to type in. Sorry, I need to switch to German. Tom, muss da ein Leerzeichen dazwischen? Rate, Leerzeichen? Oder direkt Rate und dann Cakes 77? Was the yep for the Leerzeichen? Okay. Thank you. Because sometimes I'm a bit stupid. I'm still learning. So, like we said at the beginning of our streaming, we are improving on a daily basis. Stream by stream, we are learning more. And so what happens next? I hope I'm doing it wrong. We're going to rate, so you automatically be transported or transferred to the stream of cakes. Leave the message, the cake is a lie in the chat. Just say hello, stay a bit there, like for a couple of minutes. If it's cool, stay longer. And what I have to say is thank you. See you in the next time. Kev, thank you for being here. And yeah, let's wrap it up. Cheers, cheers.
Cheers, guys.